Welcome to the English Literature and Creative Writing Department at Lancaster University. In these episodes, you'll get to know our students and their experiences studying at our department.
Hello, I'm Catryn Thomas. I come from Southend in Essex and I'm studying English Literature with Creative Writing. Cool fact about me is that a couple of years ago we traced our family tree and I'm a descendant of Jane Austen, which is quite exciting. I'm a big fan of her literature and always have been, so that's my favourite fact about myself. Saying that you're going to do creative writing can be quite a scary thing to do because it's kind of like you're announcing to the world, I'm a writer or I want to be a writer, which is still something that I struggle admitting to people, and I think that's a shame, and I think people should stop doing that because it's a difficult course, but it's an enriching course and an eye-opening course and a thought-provoking course. I came to uni thinking that I was going to write novels, fiction, really struggled with that in first term, and then I found a collection of personal essays by one of the lecturers, Jen Ashworth. I realised that this genre spoke to me so much, the genre of creative non-fiction and personal essay. And as I also study English literature, I wanted to combine talking about personal experience, my own history and my own self, as it were, with literary criticism and art criticism. I wanted to push the boundary between creative and critical as much as possible. I did creative things with footnotes and the appendix. You don't have to follow a single path. You can take bits from all sorts of different influences and references and draw them together, and that's what I attempted to do in my portfolio. I think university was always I say always, but once you get to sort of after GCSE and you're thinking about A-levels, it was something that I've wanted. I always loved school. And I love learning and research, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me. What I suppose is different about me is that up until year 13, so final year of A-level, I was intent on studying law at university, and I did all sorts of competitions and like extracurricular law stuff and work experience in solicitors and things like that to go into doing law right before we were applying for UCAS and stuff, and I just had this sort of really weird couple of weeks where I was just like, why am I doing this? Like, this is not what I love doing. I think I was doing my English coursework for my A-level and I was reading all the time and writing all the time, and my parents were just like, why don't you just do what you love? And I was like, it's in my head. I thought, if I do law, then I can get a good job and all of that. And all of my teachers were very, you should do law, you do well at school and stuff. But then I found myself coming back to English and being like, if I'm gonna go to university and spend all this money, and especially with a university course, it is so independent and it is what you put into it at the end of the day. It's what you get out of it. If you're doing something that you're passionate about, the whole experience is so different, and it's something that I'm thankful for every single day that I change my mind, because studying English and creative writing, especially up in Lancaster and stuff, has been such a enriching experience, and it's made me so much happier and healthier to do what I love. So if you are an A-level student and you're thinking about going to university, or if you're dead set on going to university, just make sure you're doing something that you'll want to go to the lectures to and you'll want to do the reading for and the extra reading for, and that you could talk to somebody for like ages about it and still be passionate about it. English opens a lot of doors that maybe other degrees don't. Right now, I think I'd really like to work in publishing to some extent. I work on the editorial boards for 2 publications that are run by students within the department at the university. So we have Flash magazine, which is a publication of like experimental short fictions and poetry, and I'm on the editorial team for that, so we publish every term and that's fun. And then I'm also on the team for Lux, so we're doing more essay based critical style writing. I'm getting practice in editing and copy editing and sort of general administration that goes into like journals and such like that, and I think I enjoy the process of reading other people's work and trying to help them get it to where they want it to be. That would be a really cool area of the industry, the creative industry, to work in. think the most difficult thing to adjust to was the pace and the lack of direction, in a way, that you get from lecturers and professors, and the course in general is kind of just like it's like a skeleton, and you have to make the body to go with that skeleton. So with English literature, for example, every week was a kind of a new text or a new sort of era of literature, if it were to get through the general scope of English literature history in 1 year, which is quite a task. So every week is, another read, and you're moving on to a completely different sort of set of theoretical concepts or themes, and then suddenly you've got an essay upon you and stuff like that. And I think if I could go back and sort of say to myself at the beginning of term, it's like, look at that list of all the things you're doing and try and think about which ones that you're like super interested in, and start reading around them already, because the lecture is only going to last an hour, or you get 2 hours a week of somebody talking to some extent about the novel or the collection of poetry or whatever that you're learning about, but that's nowhere near all of the things that you could sort of possibly know about that. And that is a little bit overwhelming, but if you don't see it like that, it's also an opportunity for you to take it down a path that you find is interesting. And if you read around that, that's when that novel or that lecture or whatever comes to life a little bit more. Once I started that second term, I was like, okay, I really like this book, and I'm going to start thinking about which ones I could compare it to, and then gathering that reading so it wasn't just relying on the lecture, because you can't really just do that at uni. I chose Lancaster University because of the way that the English literature and the creative writing department treat both disciplines with the same level of importance. I went to a lot of universities where the sort of vibe that I was getting from them was, oh, we're an English literature department, and if you like, we also do a bit of creative writing on the side, so you can do that if that's what you like doing. When I came to Lancaster, it was like, yeah, we've got a great English literature department, because it is, and so we've also got an amazing creative writing department. It's one of the top ones in the country, and we do this and this and this. We've got these people researching in this. These writers are currently writing and publishing, and they're the ones that you're going to be learning from. That was important to me because, as we said earlier, like the idea of taking creative writing, especially if you're someone who is academic and has always done well at school, is quite a scary decision. But to come to a uni where they're saying, yeah, we do creative writing, we do it well, and we know that it's an important and exciting area of academic study that you can do, and it's not just something that we're going to tag along the side of a degree. This is, and that's why I chose Lancaster.
If you want to know more about the department, please check out our website at www.lancaster.ac.uk. Look there for the Department of English, Literature and Creative Writing. You can also follow us on social media. We would love to hear from you.